Welcome back, my quick crypto family and coin factory family, back with another live stream as always every single day here at the very same time when I can be. We've got a lot of course to talk about in this live stream once again. Ultimately, it should go without saying that right now we're in a once in a lifetime opportunity. Kaspa is currently down 2.35% on the daily time frame, valued at 14.32 cents, and like I said, I believe it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I think there are lower lows incoming, but the fact that we are in this market right now, a time where Kaspa is so undervalued, it's so cheap right now, if dare I say. For me, I strongly believe it's going to be a reversal in the market. Some point, maybe this month, maybe the latter end of the month, if not going into October, and there will be explosive gains to be made with crypto. And yeah, as Shailesh says here, it is scary to see these charts right now. We're seeing, a lot of red within these projects. Bitcoin is down, just down below 55k. I think we'll see a 50k Bitcoin past the corrections and whatnot. I'm going to go about this in this live stream to kind of give a bit of a clarity behind it all. But I'm not too surprised by this. It's a bit scary, but history has shown us time and time again that September is quite a bearish month for crypto, followed by October being a very, very bullish month. So I guess to go into it straight away, we've got this here, which is showcasing that the fear right now is growing. Just in crypto market sentiments and retail interest are both near the same levels as when Bitcoin was trading at around 16k in late 2022. When Bitcoin was 16k, before the ETFs were even really in question by that point, when it was 16k, the market sentiment and retail interest is near all-time lows in that regard. The fear and greed index is so low. There's extreme fear in the market right now. All this while Bitcoin has been hovering just like this. Keep that in mind as well. There's such a growing fear and FUD in this market. Yet all this time, Bitcoin, as we can see right now, hovering at 54k, 55k, it's not that far off its all-time high. It's like 30% down, I believe, from its all-time high. 26% from its all-time high it's down. It'll probably continue to go down further and further from here, I'm sure. Wouldn't be surprised to be at all. But that's not like it is near levels where it was at 16k. So when Bitcoin was at 16k in 2022, like the peak of the bear cycle, shall we say, around here, even lower. So when Bitcoin was down here at its all-time lows, we're at the same market sentiment and investor interest as we were down here as we are up here now. That says quite a lot. So people who are worried right now, I get it, but I would remain logical. Don't be emotional in this market, because ultimately right now there are two options that we are currently faced with right now. The options being the crypto market is slowly fading away and it won't bounce back, or this is just an investment opportunity that you will not want to miss. Now, for me personally, it's not financial advice. For me personally, I think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, a great investment opportunity, because there are too many market sentiments or real world developments that suggest that the crypto market is not slowly fading away. It's migrating, it's maturing into investment interest, institutional investment, but it's not slowly fading away. I'm going to play this this video here. This video here is from this year, 2024, from Paul Brody, the global blockchain leader at Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young are one of the so-called big four accounting firms. There are four accounting firms that stand on the top in this world. Ernst & Young, EY, Deloitte, KPMG, and PwC. Those are the four big accounting firms, the big four. And Paul Brody, who is the global blockchain leader, confirms in this video I'm going to play to you guys real quick that there's trillions coming into this market. The crypto market right now is worth $2 trillion, and there's trillions in the real estate market, in just so many other different markets that are going to be, a lot of it migrating into crypto, and then also tokenized assets as well, which is going to be very, very big. So let's have a quick listen to this, and I guess try and clear up a little bit that worry, that FUD that people already have, thinking that crypto is going to die. This here for me is enough proof for me that this isn't far from the case. So just quickly pay attention to this as I play it for you all now.
Is it worth anything? Yes, right? This part of the conversation is called the Great Liquidity Reservoir, and I am going to struggle to convey just how much capital there is behind this regulatory dam, because the numbers are just monumental, right? How much money is there? Well, let's start with the most liquid of the liquid, right? Bank deposits, stocks, and bonds. $400 trillion. right? Certainly more than my current retirement nest egg, and plenty of money to buy you a nice place in central London or San Francisco, right? 400 trillion. There's another 379 trillion in real estate, right? Gold is 13 trillion by itself. And then you get to the entire crypto ecosystem is like 2.5 trillion, right? I'm not going to say all of this money is going into crypto, but quite a lot of it will end up in crypto, and a huge amount of it is going to end up in tokenized digital assets, right? Not because it's going to.
So, I mean, there you have it. Paul Brody right there, a man who is, employed at one of the top big four accounting firms in the world, Ernst & Young, who's confirmed that not all the money, all the multi-trillions, hundreds, 500 plus $1 trillion, not all of that's going to go into crypto, but there will be a fair amount that goes into it, and a lot of it will go into tokenized assets. So that, for me, is indicative of where the market's going right now. We might be seeing a correction in the market, a bit of downtrend and so what. And this is just September. It's Redtember. It's kind of what happens, historically speaking. Not to mention as well, we've got the likes of news like this, where Japan, they're dropping the maximum tax rate of Bitcoin on crypto from 55% to 20%. That is a sizable correction, absolutely massive. And this is very positive, because it will most likely foster a more favorable environment for the cryptocurrency industry, and it will promote economic growth in Japan. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some other countries decide to follow it in suit. So it's again, that, not to mention also we've got this. Bitcoin mining will become legal in Russia on November 1st. So, very, very, very big moves. Ultimately, I'm not too worried about, the current position of the crypto market at all. It might be coming a bit of a correction right now, a bit of a downtrend. People might get a bit worried about it. Kaspa's actually, corrected, but it peaked, at November, around 15 cents here. One of its all-time highs, a 3x in this position, and now it's corrected below that over the span of 9 months. So it's actually come down quite far. But to me, that's just not a problem. For me, that's like, okay, great. I didn't think I'd see a Kaspa, hovering comfortably around 14 cents for a very, very. I didn't think I'd see it ever again, and yet here I am once again, seeing Kaspa reaching levels I have not seen since summer. So I'm very, very happy about that, if anything, and I'm looking forward to seeing, hopefully, obviously you don't want your investments to drop in price, but if I'm holding Kaspa long term, which I am, I'm hoping to see Kaspa come down further, potentially come down to 13, if not 12 cents. I mean, hey, at this rate, if it continues going down this way, which I'd be surprised if it does, but if it does, and we see 10 cents Kaspa, I'm going to, dare I say, go all in on Kaspa. Because there's a lot of sentiment, a lot of market and Kaspa sentiment to suggest that we will see a reversal, and Kaspa will come back from this better than ever. Probably one of the strongest pumps we will see throughout the crypto market following that as well. And the reason for the correction of the market, there could be a number of reasons. Obviously, me right now, I'm speculating. One of the reasons is because we're having, it's leading up to the Fed rate cuts again. I mean, we got articles here. The US financial markets, public companies are growing targets. This for me, this is a bit of FUD spreading from mainstream media. CNBC reporting that, as the US market is growing with institutional investment going into the crypto market, there's going to be an increased target for Russian hackers. It's basically just covering a previous incident where there was a Russian hacker that infiltrated US systems. And it's not saying it's going to happen again, but again, I think it's just CNBC mainstream media just trying to increase the FUD in the market to see people trying to get out more and more. That's my speculation. We're probably seeing more Bitcoin ETFs, outflows coming through the massive institutions as well ahead of rate cuts. Gold declines as US job rate data fuels debate on Fed rate cut size. Ultimately, no one knows how severe the rate cuts are going to be. All we're seeing right now is the reaction from the market at what will inevitably be rate cuts coming mid-September. And right now, everyone's just speculating how severe the rate cuts are going to be. If it ends up being quite minimal, we might not see a correction at all because the market's already corrected quite far down already in preparation for it. But if it's more severe, we'll see further correction in the market. And gold declining as well, which is, again, we've seen the growth of gold a lot, and the growth of gold, the fact that the new system is going to be a gold-backed monetary system with blockchain, the decline of gold would also inherently see the decline of crypto as well, as it sees that people are now starting to seek safety in the dollar, in fiat, as opposed to investment assets ahead of rate cuts. And then here, US job growth comes up short, a possible warning sign for Fed. Ultimately, yes, it's just, these are mainstream media outlets, stuff you can see for yourself. Ultimately, just proving time and time again that the main reason for the market corrections right now is purely based on US Fed rates coming in very, very shortly, and that's why everyone's, panicking. That's why the markets are red right now, and I'm sure we're going to see continued patterns like this for the next, I believe the meeting's meant to be on the 17th of September, give or take, around that time. So we'll see it in the next 2 weeks or so. We'll see, the market react to the announcement being made. But again, there's going to be stuff I'm showing in this live stream regarding Kaspa, which is why we might see corrections in Kaspa, but I'm also not too worried. I just think, again, a premium opportunity to buy cheap Kaspa. I wouldn't even be surprised if we start seeing some major exchanges start to fill up a bit more on their Kaspa accumulation, their bag, so they can announce a listing, because Kaspa's dropping down more and more in price, so they can get cheap Kaspa. In fact, we've got something here, a bit of a joke here, but I also think we already know that Kraken have confirmed they have got a spot listed secure for Kaspa, and they decided they're going to do a little bit of a wordplay. I'm sure everyone here is welcome to have a look at it if you will, but here we can see that they put listing soon for September, and they put a crossword and whatever. We can see that they've got KEF in there, but that's obviously not Kaspa. That's just a project of Kaspa. So the Kaspa guru is joking about saying, are they just gaslighting us, trying to just make us wait longer for when we're going to see a listing? Ultimately, you're welcome to have a look through this crossword for yourself, this word search, to see if we do see any notable crypto projects besides KIS and we see KIS and KOS is not Kas. It's close to Kaspa, but it's not Kas. I'm sure there are going to be some listings happening for the Kraken this month, and I do believe we'll see Kraken listing Kaspa at some point this year. No doubt about it in my mind. When, it's still a guessing game. I would love to see a listing sooner than later, but we just have to play it. We just wait and see. But this will be the Kraken listing will be very, very big for seeing Kaspa's price turn tail and start a reversal and start a pump. Again, very, very optimistic about that, especially with Kaspa being so low right now. The Kraken listing might cause if Kaspa was around 18 cents right now, and Kraken listed Kaspa announced the listing, we might see it pump to 25. I'd like to speculate. I'm just throwing numbers out there just for speculation, and then we see a correction. But if it being down so far, I think the pump therefore would be much more significant because it's so undervalued. But again, it's that speculation. There's not really any fact I can give off that. But I do believe that, Kraken is. We know Kraken's going to be listing Kaspa, and I think it's going to be a very, very big announcement when it's made, which most likely won't be. For the looks of it, if it's not in this crossword that they've done, it doesn't look like there's going to be a Kaspa listing this month. So it might come, in October, which, as Shadow puts here, hopefully it recovers in October. There will, in my opinion, most definitely be a recover in October. I don't think the market's slowly fading away. There's enough, evidence to suggest that crypto is maturing, it's growing more and more. So I don't see why we'd see the market fade away. And October, historically, Q4 following, the Q3 following September, following the rate cuts, will be a very, very bullish month, I'm sure. So I think right now it's a premium. And again, I did end up scooping up some Kaspa yesterday around 14.9 cents, around this region here. It's come down further. If Kaspa corrects down to about 13.7 or so, I might get some more. If Kaspa corrects any further, I've got my buy positions here and there, so I'm looking forward to seeing Kaspa go lower and lower. What's up, Leon, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. Mr. Jason, happy Friday. Kaspa fast sell now on. Damn straight. Kaspa fast sell now on. Get your cheap Kaspa while you can, I guess. Next level cash, welcome to the stream, my man. Opinion on XRP co-founder supporting Kamala Harris. Don't let emotions take control. Use intelligence to survive the pullbacks. Make smart moves. To reply to the latter half of that, you got to remain logical. You don't want to take if you're an emotional trader, it's going to be very, very hard for you to make money, because you'll hear some news like the XRP co-founder Kamala Harris, and you start thinking, oh, that's really, really bad. Again, I've stated my political views. I'm not too fussed on who gets in power. From the looks of it right now, whoever gets in power, I wanted to just spur crypto innovation. From the looks of it right now, Trump seems more pro-crypto than Kamala Harris. We have already seen evidence of Ripple supporting Donald Trump's campaign. We've seen Ripple have donated funds to Donald Trump's campaign, to my knowledge already. We have already definitely seen Ripple support John Deaton, who is the Republican senator who's going against Elizabeth Warren, one of the key candidates who's been anti-crypto the whole time alongside Gary Gensler. So we know that Ripple are very much supporting pro-innovative, pro-crypto, politicians right now. If that XRP co-founder supporting Kamala Harris is true, which I think I did see you put it in my Discord, but I didn't get a chance to look through it in time. If that is true, then I mean, I guess it is what it is. I haven't given enough look into it, so I can't make an opinion on that. But as long as if Kamala Harris's role is still to be pro crypto, then it ultimately I'm not thinking it's not that detrimental. It's not that big of a deal. It's not good or bad. I guess it's just, if anything, it's just good to show that Ripple's trying to support, what will be a very, very influential, important election cycle. This election cycle in November is going to be critical for crypto's initial and maybe slightly long-term adoption as well. Crypto's becoming a very, very important market as it grows and matures more and more. So Ripple have been doing, for those who've been following XRP, they know that Ripple have been, in the midst, in around all the developments with, policymakers, with central bankers, with governors, with financial institutions all around the world, trying to be in the middle of all the developments happening so they can help guide them towards the development of the monetary system. So the fact that if Ripple have actually decided to invest in Kamala Harris or donate and support her, then maybe they're just trying to, cover their horizons, because if they only support Trump and Harris wins, that might cause problems for them. So maybe they're just trying to expand their horizons. But again, I have to look for that myself to see if that's actually the case or not. But yeah, we've seen further evidence here that rate cuts will be incoming, of course, which is, important to note, which is also why I believe we might see lower lows coming in. Got breaking here. US job openings drop to 7.6 million in July from 7.71 million in June. So, that's another considerable drop. The lowest level since January 2021, we can see from this graph here. That's, the level of crisis, dare I say, that we're in right now. People are just unemployed. People don't have capital, haven't got enough money. US available vacancies materially missed expectations of 8.09 million. Ultimately, the US labour market is now weaker than it's ever been before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, everyone decided to, everyone was forced to work from home. I'm sure everyone here remembers the pandemic. Especially those who are old enough to have been working. Me myself as well. I got laid off. I was working some jobs here and there, and I got laid off because they didn't have the availability. They had people there. A lot of people got laid off because there was not. They had put everyone online. Not people were working. People were getting ill all the time. There were massive layoffs, and it's now weaker than before the pandemic. Before that, that is worrying, very, very worrying. So again, I think this is why I think we're going to see a reversal. I think we're going to see rate cuts. I'm not sure the severity of them, because again, it's up to what Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, decides. But these figures cannot be ignored. It is a very worrying stat to see. Again, here the US economy adds 142,000 jobs in August, below expectations of 164,000. So again, they're trying to add more jobs, but they're not adding enough. It's simply too much unemployment. So when the Fed rate comes in, due to the lack of employment, we could see a more severe rate cut to try and accommodate everyone, because otherwise people are still going to be struggling. So we have to just wait and see what happens. And this here as well, another piece of real world crypto news. Obviously, recently CZ got released from prison, which everyone thought was very, very bullish, but allegedly he's been banned for life from managing the Binance exchange as part of his plea deal with the United States, according to the current CEO, Richard Teng. So it's bullish that he's been released, but if he's not in charge of the exchange, what does that really mean for Binance? I mean, I'm not sure if it's too detrimental, but it's these sort of little pieces of news here and there that it's worth just knowing about. That's kind of what my role, I guess, here is in this stream as a educational content provider, as I do in these streams in my Discord server, my free Discord server that I created last month, where right now all of us, we're learning crypto and market sentiments and more about Kaspa and crypto in general. So it's like this sort of information I'll be putting as much as I can in the Discord server, and not just me, everyone in the community is also informing each other about what's happening. We're all trying to build on those together, and this is sort of information that, whereas it may not seem really big on the surface, it could have long-lasting effects going forward as well. So it's just important to note of them, and I guess try and research and find out what happened from there as well. CZ banned for life for managing Binance, to me, screams to keep an eye on this man. He might start the next centralized exchange. I mean, the influence he has. Yeah, there you go. That's also something that you keep in mind. Got to make your own predictions, of course, what you think could happen, but we know CZ's been very, very big in helping Binance. Binance is by far the biggest exchange in the world. So if he's now been banned from managing this exchange, for life. Maybe he makes a new one. Maybe that does really, really well. We'll have to wait and see. Although I still think if he was trying to do that, I think the United States would find that very, find like a little bit of a workaround, because I think the idea they don't want him managing an exchange at all. But we'll have to see what happens either way. I mean, still, it's important to note this very much so. Good morning, Brady, my man. Welcome back to the stream. Love these prices. Kaspa hopes go down more. Exactly, man. I cannot wait for Kaspa to correct further. I think it has a chance it will do. I would be surprised to see Kaspa correct to one of these levels of support in the next, 7 days? I think it could possibly happen. We'll have to wait and see. It depends really on the direction of Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now has gone down heavily, 3.7%. You know, from it being valued at about 56k at the beginning of the day, now it's at 54. That's quite a severe correction on the daily. So we might see. There's speculation for what it could be. I suspect it's just institutions selling their Bitcoin ETFs, outflows in ahead of the rate cuts. Again, everything we're seeing right now to me is all the reaction to the crypto market is all being done ahead of what will be seemingly could be quite severe rate cuts. There's a lot of evidence suggesting that, you know, the rate cuts could be quite severe this time round. So it's really, really worrying in that regard. Because again, this is one thing that was showcased time and time again. Also, if I put in my free Discord server, that the US only cut rates when a recession is looming at the doorstep. And seemingly right now, we are in a quite disastrous position where we're seeing numbers as bad as the pandemic in 2021, numbers as bad as the 2008 financial crisis. So we'll have to wait and see where it develops, of course. Keep the eye on the market, keep an eye on the news forums. But it's for me, it's like we could see rate cuts. I mean, supposedly we're going to see multiple rate cuts throughout the next 8 to 12 months or so. But this rate cut could be quite a severe one in order to try and counteract what's going on in the economy right now, which is seemingly is crumbling. Which for me, I'm not actually worried about it at all. It is a worrying time, and I understand the worry people have, and my hearts go out to those who are struggling. My hearts go out to those who aren't even in crypto, because if you're in crypto and you're seeing, you know, videos like this from Ernst & Young confirming that trillions are going to be going to crypto. They confirmed that in this video. You're seeing, you know, Japan dropping tax on Bitcoin and crypto. You're seeing Bitcoin mining going legal next month. September, October, no, 2 months. 2 months. Again, just ahead of the elections as well, because the elections are a few days after that. For me, you're going to see Q4 be a very, very bullish month following this bearish month for crypto, this September. So I suspect we'll see lower lows followed by a very, very volatile push in the last 3 months of this year. Andy, my man, welcome back to the stream. I bought another 17 Kaspa. Good man, filling up your bags every single day. Shout out to you. Kaspa announced round 2 of Kaspa Industrial feeling bullish. Yeah, I actually got that announcement right here, which I was going to go into as well. So, are you ready to make an impact with Kaspa? The Kaspa Ambassador Program, KAP 2.0, is here. Ultimately, just trying to spread more and more adoption to Kaspa. We're rolling out exciting updates to empower our global community even more. New processes, new tools, more coming, and a new lead. You can see more about it, you know, in the upcoming days, I'm sure. But again, it's very, very bullish to see again that Kaspa are doing what they can to increase their adoption, to increase their adoption, and therefore in due time this will increase their price. What we're seeing as well is, you know, more and more bullish things coming up for Kaspa. The hash rate, we can see here, another new all-time high. I feel like every single day I do this stream, I'm saying another new all-time high hash rate for Kaspa, despite the fact that Kaspa is down considerably. Kaspa is down to 14.29 cents, down 2.62% on the daily time frame. Yet the hash rate, every single day I do a stream and I talk to you guys, every single day I have a higher hash rate to talk about, which is really, really weird, people think, because the hash rate is a sign of increasing in adoption and increasing in security, which is very, very good, bullish for a proof of work project like Kaspa, but it also means that the higher hash rate means it's harder for the miners to mine blocks. So right now the hash rate's rising higher and higher, yet the miners are now making less and less money in a sense, because the price of Kaspa is not increasing at all. It's decreasing. It's funny as well how the hash rate's been going parabolic since Marathon Digital Holdings decided to actually announce that they'd been mining Kaspa since September, but they actually announced they've expanded their portfolio from just mining Bitcoin to mining Kaspa as well. It's gone parabolic from 370 or so in the span of 2 months to 1,110. That's what 1.11 EH is, 1,110 PH. we've seen a sizable increase, basically a 3x in the span of 2.5 months in hash rate. Yeah, the price of Kaspa's dropping. To me, that just showcases that when the demand for Kaspa's back, because evidently the adoption is growing more and more, so there definitely is adoption for Kaspa, but the demand, there's not enough liquidity in the market right now for the demand. There's not enough liquidity in the market for Kaspa to increase in price. That's ultimately what's happened right now. The crypto market is correcting ahead of rate cuts. Kaspa is obviously a crypto project, so it's correcting as well along suit with everything else alongside Bitcoin. But when the market has liquidity pumping back into it, Kaspa with its hash rate going higher and higher, when that happens, we're going to see an explosive rally, in my opinion, a very, very explosive rally, because at the same time as well, I would not be surprised to see major developments all happening at once. Potential Kraken listing, potential Binance might announce a listing as well. You know, KRI are already going to be having an enterprise event on the 24th of September this month in Dublin. KRC20 has confirmed to be releasing this month. It's definitely coming this month, and the second attempt this time it's been tested and it's been perfected. So Kaspa is going to have a sizable increase in adoption with the KRC20 coming out. Not to mention as well, stablecoins have confirmed to be launching on KRC20 as well, very, very big. And we've got an update here from Kaspa. A subsequent RK release candidate is out for testing and for a short stability phase. So this update is involved improved accuracy on fee rate emissions, which is estimation was very, very good. New final RPC fixes, a few new minor stability fixes, and a change to the way we develop the Linux binary in the release, which fixes some of the rare segmentation faults experienced by testers. Ultimately, yes, just constantly, daily, increasing bit by bit, more and more updates. And they're also releasing a testnet 11, which is what the 10 block per second runs on top of. So even though they're testing for testnet 10, which is what this current KRC20 runs off, but they're also testing for what 10 bps is going to be happening in Q1 of 2025. They're testing it already as well. So they're already now still, working towards the next level up for this KRC20, despite it's not even out yet. So we're going to see the KRC20 come out this month. It's going to be very, very big, and again, even be so bullish. And this is why despite Kaspa's correcting, all the developments for Kaspa are just increasing more and more. Higher hash rate, KRC20, stablecoins coming on KRC20, exchange listings coming in as well. They still haven't come yet, but a lot seem to be coming this year. And this bull cycle as well. The KRI are developing more and more. There's so much incoming for Kaspa that the correction in price for me, it just makes me more bullish, because this project is a proof of work, and it's got some real developments. It's got institutional adoption. It's got real use case, and as confirmed from institutional papers time and time again. I hope I retweeted this one. But I probably didn't, knowing me. but ultimately, we've seen confirmation time and time again that what really deciphers this crypto market, the market cap's important and whatnot. I spoke about it yesterday in my last stream, actually. I remember I spoke about yesterday that we're entering a cycle right now where it's no longer hype. It's utility driven, right? Obviously, I'm not saying meme tokens and, that FUD and FOMO is going to die out. It'll still be about, but their dominance on the market is going to significantly drop. It's going to be projects with real utility. That's what institutions want. That's what they're looking for. They're seeing that the projects that have real utility, they're the ones that are receiving funding. Kaspa's one of them with the KRI. They're fair launch proof of work, no pre-allocation to developers. Everything Kaspa's doing is purely based on their own work, and they're receiving funding and help from other institutions, from other areas for just to get their name out there. So I think that we're going to see a reversal with Kaspa. I think that we are in a great opportunity for Kaspa right now to see Kaspa valued at just 14.33 cents. I think it's absolutely insane. RJ, welcome back to the stream, my man. How much do you think Bitcoin will dump? It depends on the severity of the rate cuts, because right now Bitcoin's below 54k. We could very well see Bitcoin correct towards 50k ahead ahead of the rate cut. So as the rate cuts are coming up, we see Bitcoin at 50k. If the rate cuts, let's just say at 0.25%, Bitcoin might say, it might be like, okay, Bitcoin's already come down very, very far. We won't see it really correct any further. 50k then its lowest point, and then we see a reversal. If the rate cuts are more aggressive, which right now there seems to be a fair amount of evidence to support that it may be more aggressive than we think, we may see Bitcoin get to 50k, the 0.5 or 0.75% rate cuts are announced, and we see Bitcoin come down to 45, maybe even 40k. There have been speculation from traders. I've seen sources and articles stating that some believe that would be a 40k Bitcoin. Now, I believe that would be amazing. I'd be very shocked to see a 40k Bitcoin. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think that'd be amazing. I would love to see a 40k Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin's meant to be a project that reaches 100k by the end of the year and 150 minimum by the end of 2025, 40k Bitcoin, you've got a 4x in Bitcoin. 4x in Bitcoin's nuts. So imagine what you get from the altcoins where the liquidity is more volatile, where the gains you make are much higher. Like a 4x in Bitcoin will spur a lot of great growth for other projects that are extremely undervalued. Because all the market right now is undervalued, and in September as it would be. Toggle Delay, welcome back my man to the stream. Sup quick, no days off, you know it. You know it. Every single day I'm in here trying to spread the love, the knowledge, and hopefully the wealth for all of you guys as well. So there's no time to chill exactly. We would chill at the end of the bull run on an island somewhere. I'm at 125 Kaspa coins now, and I'm still stacking. Good man, definitely. Yeah, I think you got a very, very decent bag there, and yeah, there's no time to chill. It's always time to there's never not an opportunity to increase your knowledge and to find out more, because knowledge is power. It pays to be knowledgeable, which again is why I created my free to join Discord server, where we could all increase our knowledge together to find the true money makers, the true crypto gems, to be a part of what I will believe will be the biggest wealth transfer in history. That the next 18 months will be critical to the growth of your portfolios. But I think just in general, this market's maturing more and more. We've seen evidence of that again. Ernst & Young, this is the biggest video I've seen in like upcoming. From 2024, Paul Brody from Ernst & Young confirming that he's actually given statistics and figures that trillions will be coming into the crypto market. Not all of that money, but a sizable majority of it will come to the crypto market. For me, that shows where you can't take a rest right now. Right now, you need to build your knowledge as much as you possibly can ahead of what will be a sizable pump in crypto as it matures more and more. This cycle is going to be huge, and the next one will be huge as well, I'm sure. But this cycle is one of the biggest turnarounds I'm sure we're going to see. So yeah, there's no time to chill. That's also why I'm doing these daily, because I want to help build my knowledge and also keep everyone educated. Again, that's also why I got the free Discord server, to help keep everyone educated so we can all keep on learning. Still ready to double that bag starting at 0. Yeah, I'm still ready to double the bag as well at 13 cents Kaspa. I'd love to see that. Good afternoon, my man. Good afternoon, Kaspa Frog. Welcome back to the stream. I think Kaspa keeps us above 15 after the launch. Everything lower is a gift. I agree. Everything else, I think everything below 15 cents is a gift. I think Kelsey 20 is an interesting one, because what I saw from what I heard from Christopher in that KII roundtable that I constantly keep referencing is that, regards to Kelsey 20, the institutional adoption, the what's the word I'm looking for? Interest. The interest at Kelsey 20 from institutions is still very, very high, but from retail, from us, it's dropped a little bit, which is expected. I understand that. I think Kelsey 20 will definitely cause a sizable it will cause a sizable pump and growth and adoption for Kaspa in the long term. The initial launch of Kelsey 20 will probably cause a slight reversal, but I don't think it'll be too sizable. Like, let's say Kaspa comes down to 13 cents. 13 cents, so around here, ahead of the KLC 20, and then that KLC 20 comes out. 15 cents, so we see a 50% pump. I would be surprised. I'm not saying it's not possible. Anything's possible. But I would think the KLC 20 will probably cause more so like maybe a 10% pump. But it depends on how far we see the correction. And then it's what comes from that as well. KLC 20 is going to be very, very big, but we have to still see a lot incoming. If the stablecoins are launched at KLC 20 on the day, the FOMO from that alone, like from the actual launch date, if the stablecoins are launched immediately, the FOMO from that alone could cause high-level growth. And the KLC 20, as it's finally released, would end up stealing liquidity, I'm sure, from other major chains. At least those that know, because there'll be some that obviously know of Kaspa will start using the KLC 20, but then there's going to be, what we then need is the increase in adoption. The increase in adoption, because there's still going to be people who don't know of KLC 20, don't know of Kaspa yet. So when the adoption goes more and more, and they start using the chain, the block DAG, the platform, and the stablecoins come out, and the KRI get their projects involved as well, that's when we start seeing the real liquidity on chain, on the block DAG, and that's when we start seeing the growth in Kaspa as a project and price as well. Yes, KLC 20 might just hold on the price or the dip. Yeah, ultimately that's what I think as well. I think the KLC 20 is going to, the developments coming out for Kaspa, because September's going to be a bearish month. That's what history has shown us. But the developments coming out for Kaspa this month, for me, won't stop the correction, but it will stem the bleeding. Let's say, for throwing numbers out there, the correction after the rate cuts for Kaspa will be 20%. KLC 20 and the KRI institutional event, potential institutional partnership announced for Kaspa, I think we could see that 20% correction go down to maybe 5%. That's why I believe that. I don't think it's going to stop the correction for Kaspa, because there's too much There's not enough. The fact that crypto has dropped below the $2 trillion market cap for the first time in ages is nuts. Like, there's just not enough liquidity demand. There's not enough market sentiment in right now. The miner's not making money. Kaspa's not making money. Like, it is, no projects are making money right now. But we need to have the rate cuts come through. Once we have that hurdle out of the way, that's when you start seeing the institutions getting really heavily involved again. The two things that right now all institutions are waiting for, and this is what I've seen from sources as well, is rate cuts. That's why I believe that institutions are selling. Did I retweet this one? Please tell me I retweet, because yeah, here. So yeah, the panic before the bull run is nothing new. Over the past 7 days, 10 of the Bitcoin ETFs saw total outflows of 10,000, almost 10.5k in Bitcoin. So $601 million worth of Bitcoin outflows in the past week. And I think that's ahead of the rate cuts are going to be coming in the next week and a half. The other thing the institutions are waiting for is regulations, which again is pretty much confirmed in this video as well. I feel like people fail to understand how important regulations are for this space. Regulations, again, I also showed that again in my last stream as well, I think. Did I retweet this one? Okay, I did not, but it was confirmed from the 12.5. It from Fitzgerald CEO. The Fitzgerald CEO confirmed that institutions are awaiting these regulations, and once they get the regulations in play, they will go all in on Bitcoin. What we're waiting for right now is regulations in the United States, in the crypto space, for institutions to actually be willing to jump in. Regulations and the Fed rate cuts are what the two major catalysts we're waiting for now. Regulations should be in play before the November elections. From what I've seen, from what I've heard, regulations should be enforced before the elections. That's the speculation going on right now from JP Morgan, from Ripple, from other financial institutions. Regulations are going to be coming in very, very soon. And once they're in play, that's what we're going to start seeing. Because honestly, I'll be so optimistic. If Bitcoin's at 50k by the time the regulations are finally enforced, I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin jump to 100k in the span of that month alone. A 2x in a month. I would not be surprised. Because regulations will allow that trillions of dollars, institutions will finally start flooding into the market, because regulators are in play like, oh great, regulations are here, now I can legally, I feel more safe and I can just get into Bitcoin, because I know it's going to be big. Boom. I would not be surprised at all. Gold and Nacho are going to propel Kappa floor. Yeah, again, meme tokens will be very, very big for Kappa, no doubt about it. And Gold and Nacho and Kaspa that go to Kaspa. I think all three of those two, all three of those, well, those two in particular, but all three of them I think will be big. Meme tokens will help with the initial volatility and liquidity of KRC20 and Kaspa, and hopefully stem the bleeding for Kaspa's correction. As before, just bought 200 Kaspa. Let's go, my man. 200 Kaspa. I mean, yeah, keep filling your bag, my man. Right now, if you look at the wallet addresses for Kaspa, we can see, obviously, understandably, you've seen a bit of a downtrend. Look at that. I mean, actually, that was at 411 about a week ago, and now it's 404,000. Obviously, right now we're seeing an increase in smaller wallet holders on the hourly, on the daily, and even on the weekly, but we're still seeing a correction in the price because the market's just not there for it. It's just not there. If it's harder to mine blocks, wouldn't they keep the supply lower and send the price higher? Well, yeah, that's yeah. If it's harder to mine blocks, that's why with the increase in hash rate in the blocks and the harder to mine blocks, that's why typically the increase in hash rate correlates to a price rise. So yes, in that regard, you're correct, but it's just there's not enough liquidity in the market. Because think about the same thing for Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin mining is less profitable than Kappa mining. Yet Bitcoin's price is still correcting. It's just there's not enough liquidity, not enough demand in the market right now. So once the key hurdles being the rate cuts and regulations are out of the way, then we can start seeing, the growth of institutional investment into crypto, and then those miners will start making profit from Bitcoin, from Kaspa, and they'll probably end up doubling their efforts to start mining Kaspa and Bitcoin again. Right now, they're probably withholding a little bit because it's not as profitable. What's up, Mikey, my man? Welcome back to the stream. A business either has growth or regresses, but it can't churn subs forever. Same with crypto. It moves with events and the financial markets. The sky isn't falling. Enjoy a coffee. I mean, precisely. Very philosophical. Why has the word never been spoken? Exactly. There are going to be ups and downs, highs and lows in the market, as always. And I think it's just consolidating. Even here, you can argue that this month was sideways, but if you look at it more, deeply, you see that you've had days where it went up, down, up, down, like consolidation in this period, but it's been up and down the whole time. Obviously, now we've broken through the support level. We're now correcting a bit of a downtrend with crypto right now because Bitcoin's lost that 55k support level. But again, crypto goes up and down. It won't. For me, again, it's as the fear and greed is going higher and higher, reaching levels at the when Bitcoin was at 16k at 2022, when Bitcoin was at its all-time low in the bear cycle, we're at the same levels of crypto and market sentiment and retail interest. That's considerable reason why we're in such a bad position right now, because there's not enough market sentiment or retail interest because of head of rate cuts and retail and regulations. But the fact that Bitcoin was at the same position in 16k 2022 and now we're at 55k, if we're at the same position, then imagine when the fear and greed dissipates and it goes back to be FOMO, right? When it's not FUD, it's FOMO now. 55k to 16k to 55k and the fear's extreme highs. When the FOMO starts, Bitcoin will surpass 100k. There's no doubt about it. How long it'll take, we'll have to wait and see. But I do suspect we'll see 150k Bitcoin this cycle at the very least. I'm hoping to see higher. Why would exchanges want capital with its low trading volume? Well, capital's low trading volume is because there's not enough interest in capital right now in regards to right now the market is just in a bit of a downtrend. There's not enough interest into many projects right now. The volume is very, very low as a result of that. But when Kaspa's like going, its volume is very, very high. Not to mention, the reason why other projects' volume tends to be high is because they have the top tier exchanges. Where Kaspa's not got any top tier exchanges, so the volume is quite low. People also tend to use Kaspa as an investment rather than actually trading it. Most other projects are traded, where Kaspa's kind of more of an investment because it's so undervalued. Where I lost my train of thought. Why exchanges want to capital low trading volume? I feel like I had a train of. I'll come back to that because I had a train of thought and I've just lost that. I'll come back to that. Give me a moment. Why would larger rate cuts drop Bitcoin more? I would think that it would be more bullish if Bitcoin got bigger. Well, rate cuts are indicative of a bull cycle, definitely. But rate cuts are only issue with recession on the doorstep. The bigger the rate cut, the larger worry there is of a recession, right? Rate cuts are only done by the Fed when the recession's on the doorstep. So there'll be a larger worry, fear growing, FUD growing of there being a recession. So in that regards, it would be good to see a considerable rate cut because it means that the market would correct heavier, but also need to see more bullish reversal from that because it means that they're trying to really save the economy to be even more liquidity to be able to be available to be invested. But it's just because, again, we've seen a bit of a bigger worry of recession because they had to cut it so severely, if that makes sense. Wow, once again, Mikey, my man, 2 streams back to back now with the $20 Canadian donation. You are an absolute legend, my man. Thank you very, very much once again for your support. Appreciate your work. Thank you. I mean, yeah, again, you've made my day. Thank you very much. I'll be doing these streams daily and I do thoroughly enjoy doing them and stuff like, that means a lot to me. Thank you very much. If you enjoy the streams as always, anyone in the stream, leave a like. Share with your friends so they can find out about the stream and also learn more about crypto and Kaspa, and subscribe for more to stay up to date with my daily streams and also the videos I'll be putting out as often as I can. But thank you very much, Mikey, once again. You're an absolute legend and it means a lot for you doing that for me. It really, really does. 850k Kaspa and I don't think I have enough. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the reason why I know Andy keeps buying more Kaspa. You can never have enough Kaspa, my man. I know how you feel. You're always already almost a millionaire. I mean, frankly, you will be a millionaire. There's no doubt about it in the bull cycle. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion. Have you heard of Chris? Yeah, I did just hear about that. I got told about that at the beginning of this stream and also in my Discord server. I've not looked through it properly right yet. So I had to read through it to kind of get a better understanding of it. From my knowledge, I'm pretty sure they've also, donated to Donald Trump. So they donate to Kamala Harris as well. My speculation on it is that, well, they're trying to hedge their bets, right? Depending on who wins the election, they want to make sure they're in good faith with them, right? That's what I suspect. They want to make sure they're in good faith with them. So if they only support Trump, and they actively, publicly only support Trump, and Kamala Harris wins, they're going to be in a bit of a predicament there. So they want to make sure they're supporting all avenues. I suspect. I think Trump's more pro crypto, but there's nothing saying that Kamala Harris can't win. And despite some of her, her policy, she wants to incorporate taxing unrealized gains, which she wants to do that, but the chance of that getting through Congress is minimal to none, because that's not what the institution and what the government's going to want. Because, well, while they want that, because they mean they're going to lose a lot of money on their investments, on their long-term investments, which is how they continue making money. 40 cents Casper and 1.04 EH is insane. Yeah. In fact, it's even gone higher than that. I'm pretty sure we've seen a peak of 1.11 EH. And it's so cheap. It's absolutely nuts. It's going higher and higher. And I cannot wait to see how high it goes from here as well. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, I cannot wait. So I'm going to come back to this question now, because I'm hoping going to regain my train of thought though, Dreaming Code. So why do exchanges want Casper with low trading volume? Well, Casper's extremely undervalued right now. And Binance Exchange recently launched a zero fees mining pool, and they also have Casper futures as well. But they held a. I'm going to try and get the post up on my Discord so you can see, the actual proof of it. I'm going to type it in. But Binance recently held an AMA with Casper, where they were just speaking about. Okay, why can't I find it? Yep, here it is. Okay, there you go. So Binance, a few weeks back now, about 2 weeks back now, they held an AMA, a live stream with Casper team, Casper representatives being Wolfie and Nicholas Sismill, who used to work for Binance US as the leading the listing head of listing research, which is very, very big, and he works for Casper now. But they held an AMA, speaking to their Casper reps, and we can see here that this live got 75,500 views. The volume for Casper may be low right now, but evidently the adoption and the belief in the project's not low. That video got almost 20,000 more views than Binance has returned to India. After a 7-month ban from being in India, they got 20,000 more views on Casper's video. And Casper's not got a listing yet. So evidently, there is a lot of markets, there's a lot of belief, FOMO in this project. Just the volume right now is not high because there's not enough demand for Casper right now. If no demand of the project, the volume's not going to be high. But if you get an exchange, that this evidently shows there's a support for Casper, there's belief in Casper. If Binance were to list Casper right now, I can guarantee you the volume for Casper would go parabolic. Right now, the volume for Casper is at 76. I mean, even that volume's top 69 on CoinMarketCap. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely higher projects, but wait, is that even correct? Okay, that looks better. Yeah, but yeah, it just looked weird. Apologies, but yeah. Look, 76, almost 77 million 24-hour trading volume. So it's not terrible. Top 69 CoinMarketCap is not terrible. It's one of the top products in that regard there, in top 100. But I've seen Casper peak at 200, if higher than that, actually. I think Casper peak at 400. It's just right now it's not a demand on the project. But if Binance was to list Casper, this would go parabolic. Probably be in the top 10. I wouldn't be surprised. Because the FOMO for Casper would be absolutely nuts. But that's, again, me coming back to the question now. Okay, well there. Even then, he answered the question for me. I didn't even need to ramble. I answered the question for me. Well, there you go, yeah. It's 81 million is not that low. 79 million is not that low when it's not got a Binance or Coinbase listing at all. It's low due to lack of listings, but when the listings come through, the volume will be higher. These other projects have higher listings because they've got the tier 1s. And even then, Casper's outdoing loads of other projects without tier 1s. When Landonivia? What is Landonivia, my man? I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm just going to say soon, I guess. If you compare tokens, I'd say Gold is Audi since it will be minted out first, and Nacho is Sats, the one with the most amount of holders. That's in comparison to BRC20 tokens. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty logical in that regard as well. I'm not too well versed in Audi and Sats, but I get the message you're trying to put across. They both are seemingly got a lot of, both very popular, but they have different, reasons for being popular. ultimately, yes, and one of them's for it'll be the first to be minted, but one's also the most popular due to amount of holders. And I think that's, again, meme tokens will be very, very big for Kaspa when they come out initially as well, having the initial growth and adoption. Computer Kevin, my man, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for being here. Mohammed, my man, welcome back. Thank you for joining. I'm good, my man. Hopefully doing good today as well. Gold is the most bullish out of all of them. It will also have an airdrop for Goldie FI. Mining cash and shares revenue with all the holders. That is also very, very cool. I mean, evidently, I think the way Kaspa have gone about this is very, very good. You know, they're launching their own chain, their own block DAG, just in time for regulations. You know, incoming Fed rate cuts as well. They're going to be launching a stablecoin on there as well, thanks to getting, you know, partnership with a major liquidity provider. They're launching meme tokens to get the initial volatility of KRC20 off the ground. You know, meme tokens are best for initial volatility. They're very volatile, so I think Kaspa's got a very strong plan about this as well. And actually, before I continue answering a bit more questions, I just want to also talk about this, which I thought was, again, I find this a little bit of a laugh. Obviously, this comes from Pyron, the Pyron being the exchange that has kind of tried to rip off Kaspa and tried to do the next Kaspa thing. Ultimately, they tried to basically do 10 BPS and they failed miserably. They failed. And they had to go back to 1 BPS. So Pyron, about an hour ago, we at Pyron are thrilled to introduce some major changes and what's ahead for us from here. With recent talks in communication, recently joined member as COO, so Chief Operating Officer, isn't with us anymore. And then Shai obviously kind of a bit of a laugh about this, I guess. Said, admitting your mistakes isn't easy, especially after being so cocky before and refusing to acknowledge the consequences after. It's even more commendable to learn a lesson and evolve. It is by no means trivial to make deep changes such as ousting a COO and going docs. So yeah, I mean, he's not really, I guess, clowning on them then. He's just trying to say, you know, I commend you now, because previously, as we remember, they were saying we're going from 10 BPS to 1 BPS, you know, and we're just trying to learn more, but like they're not taking accountability for the mistake they made, and now they have taken accountability for it. They've even announced that they now removed the COO because he was just not doing the right thing. And Shai's now saying, well, at least you finally admitted to your mistake. And also there just showcase once more that these projects that are trying to be the next Kaspa, you can't be the next Kaspa. They tried to cheat it. They tried to just copy and paste the script code, and it just didn't work. But Kaspa's doing it, their due diligence, they're doing it slowly, they're taking their time, making developments time and time again, continuously improving, and Kaspa's going to be better off for it, and Kaspa's going to be one to explode in value with time coming up, early September updates. The multi-chain wallets for Kaspa decks, the multi-chain wallet support is currently in beta testing by external Kaspa currency community members, community experts even. You know, we've got great progress for no TPS and security to guarantee faster secure transactions from the DEX to related tools. And the KRC20 meme coin partnership talks are ongoing to get exclusive opportunities for Kaspa DEX users. So again, more ways to get hold of Kaspa. Very, very cool. And again, just fills me with a lot of optimism, a lot of belief where this project is going to be going in this cycle. And this month alone, this month's development was going to be very bullish. Price-wise probably won't be, but development was going to be very, very bullish, which then is just going to spur. Just imagine right now, for me, the image I have in my head is Kaspa's like it's a pot of boiling water. You're cooking dinner, cooking pasta, or whatever. You've got the pot boiling, you've filled the water a little bit high, and it's now starting to bubble over a little bit. And you've not decided to turn off the stove, it just keeps going up more and more. As the developments keep going, the water level keeps filling up more and more. Sooner or later, it's going to spill over. And it's going to ruin the whole surface, and it's going to be hot everywhere, you're going to burn yourself. But ultimately, that's how I'm envisioning Kaspa right now. Development-wise, it's at a boiling point, it's growing more and more, and as the market sentiment comes back, as the liquidity floods back into the market, institutions start flooding trillions into the market, the hash rate as well, showing that Kaspa's price should be much, much higher. We're going to see Kaspa have an explosive breakout. That's the way I like to believe it. I'm seeing Kaspa hitting 18 cents in December 2024. I mean, I think Kaspa will definitely hit 80 cents 2024, December. I think we'll definitely see Kaspa hit that. I mean, from its current price, that'd only be a 25% gain, which is not small. It's considerable, 25% gain. But from now to December, which is, you know, we're in September, so that's 3 months, I think we'll see much more than that, because again, as confirmed in this video, which I'll replay for those who have joined a little bit later, this video here from Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young, for those who are unaware, it's the big four accounting firms. All around the world, there are 4 massive accounting firms. Ernst & Young's one of them. You've got Deloitte, KPMG, and PwC. Those are the 4 big accounting firms. And here, Paul Brody from the global blockchain leader at Ernst & Young confirms, which I'm going to play in a moment, that there's trillions going to be coming to the market very, very soon. And what we're basically just waiting for, ultimately, is just regulations. We've had proof time and time again that what institutions are waiting for right now is just regulation. What regulations come into play, which is going to be coming into play, late, like in and around November time, seemingly, or just before November time, late October time. Regulations, once they're in play, and they're going to be coming out through the end of the year as well. Once they're in play, that's when we're going to start seeing trillions flowing into the market, and that's when you're going to see projects like Kaspa, where you're going to see a lot of these projects probably start doing 10x's on the dailies. I would not be surprised, because you're going to see, the crypto market with currently a sub $2 trillion market cap will jump quickly up to try and get to 5 trillion. There's still a strong belief $5 trillion market cap is going to be the end of this year. So you're going to see a lot of these projects start considerably rising in price. It won't be just straight upwards movement, it'll be up and down, of course. But the majority of it's going to be a lot of upwards momentum from here. So I'm going to play the video for anyone who's just joined in now, and I guess just pay very close attention, because it's very big to note. And this is not me just saying this. Again, this is someone who's paid institutions, right? Ernst & Young, one of the biggest companies in the world, someone who's paid, so it's very, very big. So pay a quick listen to this.
Is it worth anything? Yes, right? This part of the conversation is called the Great Liquidity Reservoir, and I am going to struggle to convey just how much capital there is behind this regulatory dam, because the numbers are just monumental, right? How much money is there? Well, let's start with the most liquid of the liquid, right? Bank deposits, stocks, and bonds. $400 trillion, right? Certainly more than my current retirement nest egg, and plenty of money to buy you a nice place in central London or San Francisco, right? 400 trillion. There's another 379 trillion in real estate, right? Gold is 13 trillion by itself. And then you get to the entire crypto ecosystem is like 2.5 trillion, right? I'm not going to say all of this money is going into crypto, but quite a lot of it will end up in crypto, and a huge amount of it is going to end up in tokenized digital assets, right?
So there, again, to showcase those who joined a little bit later in the stream, Ernst & Young, one of the big 4, Paul Brody, this year confirms that there will be quite a lot of this trillions, multi-trillions of dollars. Again, to go through it, we look at this here. It's over 400 trillion in this regard, and almost 300, so almost a quadrillion dollars. Therefore, a quadrillion dollars will be going into a lot of money. Trillions are going to be going into this market. So it's very, very big news, and that's equally why I'm so bullish on crypto, for where it's going to be going very, very shortly as well. And Kaspa equally, because Kaspa's going to be one of those that has helped the KRI as well, and what they're developing right now is going to help Kaspa spur its growth further. Natcho's also has the mining pool, right? Not sure now anymore. I equally am not sure, but I'm sure people in the chat might know. If not, again, you're free to join my free Discord server, where all the information that I'm pretty much sharing with you today, I talk about my Discord server. We trying to talk about market sentiment and increase our knowledge and whatnot, and people in the community are very, very friendly and very helpful. Shout out to those like Cody, Mr. Miles, Leroy, Casper God, those 4 in particular. I know Joe as well, although I don't know Joe's his name on here, but he might know who he is. But those 5 I know who have been very interactive, and others as well who have joined become more interactive, and I'm looking out for them as well. They've been helpful in helping everyone understand and grow their knowledge. So if you want to learn more crypto market sentiments and whatnot, then please feel free to join the server. And if you have questions, I'm sure they can answer it for you as well. I believe gold will be the first to be listed on a centralized exchange, as their allocation to centralized exchanges. Yeah, possibly. Very, very likely. I think that's not out of question either. As we are now just approaching the hour mark, ask a few more questions. Anyone who wants to ask questions, let me know. But we'll be wrapping it up very, very shortly as per usual. Is the Trump-Kamala debate running this month, or am I tripping? I think Kamala will embarrass herself. I mean, I don't know. I'll have a look for it, actually. I'll have a quick look. When is Kamala versus Trump debate? Seems to be that it will be September 10th. So it's going to be in 4 days' time, the debate, apparently. So yeah, that is interesting. Will she embarrass herself? And we have to wait and see ultimately, because see what she says. I'm sure there's going to be some announcements, going to be some back and forth, little snide digs thrown at each other. Ultimately, they're just trying to prep themselves up more and more ahead of the election, which is going to be in 2 months' time. And we'll see where it goes from there, obviously. Gold also has only 5% left to mint. It will be damn hard to mint the last drop of supply, as I bet 10 max 15 minutes, and 5% will be gone. Most likely, my man. I think it is. Yeah, I think the meme tokens that are coming on Kaspa are going to do very, very well due to, you know, the fact that they're on the proof of work project. The proof of work meme coin is very, very big. With the money flow increasing rapidly, it doesn't matter who's elected this year for the bull run. Yeah, that's what I've also been trying to reiterate to my community. My list came through there. That in the long-term side of things, I don't think it matters who gets elected. In the short term, from what I've seen from news sources, Kamala Harris has announced to be pro-crypto, but her actions are kind of they kind of contradicted that. She's more pro-crypto than Biden, definitely, but she's not like level like Trump, I guess. So if Kamala Harris got elected, I think in the immediate short term you might not see as much growth in the crypto market, but in the long term side of things, and I'm talking in the whole bull cycle and then, you know, years to follow from that, there's nothing she can really do to stop crypto innovation. Evidently the institutional demand for crypto is too high now that she can't stop it. Like it's confirmed that crypto is here and it's going to take over and it's going to become the backbone of our monetary system. So she can't stop it. She can stem it. She can try and, you know, prevent it from happening. She could try and slow it down, delay it, but I don't think she can stop it. So it won't really matter in the long-term side of things. What do you think about ALP? I've heard a lot about ALP. I've had people ask me in numerous streams about it. I know someone in my community, probably in this stream right now actually, who mines Alpium to you know, make profit off that and then exchange it into Kaspa. Ultimately, I haven't invested into Alpium. It's a mid cap, just above a micro cap, 2 million trading volume. It's got some major exchanges: Gate, Mexi, BitGet. It launched, I think, just before Kaspa. So in comparison to Kaspa, it's nowhere near as good. I don't know too much about the project in itself, but I think it's meant to be a proof of work as well. Proof of less work. Okay. Well, yeah. Ultimately, will Alpium do well this cycle? With it not being in the bull cycle, it's hard to predict. But it seems to. I mean, hopefully it does do well for those who want it to do well. But I'm personally not invested into this, and I don't know if I will. Because for me, I'm just like, okay, well, I could just get into Kaspa, and I think Kaspa's got a stronger projection than Alpium does. Kaspa Max, my man, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here, my man. Honestly, you're a legend for being here. Everyone here in the stream right now, you're a legend for being here. Thank you very much for joining the stream as always. And keep doing the streams. Leave a like, man. Give me a like on the stream. Share your subscribe for more. Trying to spread the love and, you know, belief of Kaspa and what's going to be coming in this project very, very soon. This is a blessing. Trying quickly to get to 500k, need 20k more. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's definitely a blessing. And I think we're going to see more amazing opportunities coming up very, very soon as well. Like Kaspa currently 2.25% down, 14.34%. I would not be surprised to see Kaspa come down to this level ahead of rate cuts and even after the rate cuts as well. And depending on the severity of the rate cuts, probably see a further correction followed by a reversal. But it depends, because right now what we're really waiting for is just Bitcoin again. Much of Kaspa does not follow Bitcoin like I guess as much as other projects do. It does still. It's not big enough to detach from Bitcoin. It has had, you know, the best growth in comparison to Bitcoin. The Kaspa to Bitcoin chart. I mean, it's obviously down a bit, but it's still we're still seeing in total a 100% increase in price from Kaspa's launch in comparison to Bitcoin. So Kaspa's still 2x Bitcoin in that regard. So it's been better. But we'll have to wait for Bitcoin right now to see where Kaspa will properly take off to. My question is that Kaspa still stands at the same price, 16 cents in May 2025. They need to do. I mean, yeah. Good question. My answer is the chance of seeing a 15-16 cents Kaspa by May 2025 is very unlikely. And I'm not going to say absolutes because, I mean, no one can truly know, but the chances of that happening, I think the percentile is so small. It's a proof of work project. The chance of seeing if it's 15-60 cents by May, there's a problem. A serious problem. Because by that point, I'm very confident the miners won't be mining Kaspa anymore. So that'll be a problem, but I very much doubt we'll see it that low. I think we're going to start seeing a reversal. I think following September, so going into October, we won't see Kaspa at prices this low ever again. Even, you know, after the bull cycle and go back to the next bear cycle, I don't think we'll see Kaspa this low ever again. So yeah, that's why I'm also saying the title of it is once in a lifetime opportunity. Really, Kaspa is very, very cheap, and I think this month we'll see lower lows still, but I do think that following that we will start seeing some bullish price movement and just Kaspa not to be down here ever again. How much chance do you see Kaspa staying a significant crypto in the bull run of 2029? Could we see it lose interest from investors or have better competitor by then? There's always going to be people claiming to be the next Kaspa and be the next competitor, but I think it's still going to be a very, very dominant crypto, especially by 2029, because by that point, the KRI are going to get, you know, more involved with Kaspa as well. And, you know, they've already got projects lined up to let Kaspa compete with the likes of Ripple and XRP and Hedera HBAR in the finance sector. They're going to be a crucial part of the energy sector. They're having an enterprise event in 3 weeks' time, or less than that. And there's already Michael Sutton's going to be there, Shai's going to be there. There's already so much demand that the institutions that want to attend, there's not enough seats for them. So the demand for Kaspa is still very much there. I doubt we're going to see a drop in interest from investors, especially institutional investors, but investors in general. Right now, we're still keep in mind we're at the position right now with no tier ones. That for me is still the deciding factor. Kaspa's at this price, at this stage right now of no tier one listings. A tier one listing, all the other exchanges in the top 100, all these listings here, all these projects have a top tier exchange. Kaspa does not. Once Kaspa gets a top tier exchange, I'm very confident we're going to start to see Kaspa's volume go parabolic and the price will follow in suit. Because there's going to be more ways to get access to Kaspa. Because a lot of these people in the market, they don't use the L banks and the MEXCs and the KuCoins. They only want to use Binance and Coinbase and Kraken. They don't want to use the other exchanges. They only want to use the big ones, Gemini, Robinhood. They don't want to use the smaller ones that are not as trustworthy because that's not what they've been told to do. It just, you know, sucks for them because they're going to miss out on cheap Kaspa. But yeah, I think when the top tiers come, that's when we'll start seeing, you know, the adoption and growth for Kaspa a lot higher. And I don't think we're going to see. I think we're only going to see increased investor interest as it develops more as a project and Dagnat comes out, smart contracts come out, 100 BPS comes out, you know. Much more incoming. One token to consider, although not liked by many, is Pulse Chain, 8th largest chain by TLV and hammered down with fun. I look at this as I'm about to wrap up the stream for you, my man. Pulse Chain. Very small project. Saying that, its market cap's about $500 million. Why has it got such a low rank then? Wait. Okay, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. How has it got a $500 million market cap? Okay, it's not been updated then, I'm guessing. It's only got MEXC, Face Trade, and XEG. Yeah, I mean that. If you think it's one to consider, then maybe it's worth letting me know. I know you're in my my Discord server. Let me know and just, you know, I guess building the knowledge to understand it. But just that, based on that alone, that does look weird. You know, the volume for it initially was quite high, then it died out here, and even now it's still very, very low. It has some of like some decent, well, some semi okay volume, you know, in the summer, early summer, and it's kind of just dropped off now. And again, the market cap is where it's at, but it's not correct. So if that's the pulse you're on about, then I'm assuming it can't be. This can't be the pulse you're on about, because that does not sound like, as you said, the 8th largest chain. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you have more information, let me know on my Discord server, man, because I don't know what to see. I don't know what to make of this. It just looks a bit, well, I guess sketchy, if anything. But yeah, I'm now about to wrap up the stream. Could probably ask a few more questions. Who's the one you're saying that is mining Alpium? I think it's probably you, although I think you mentioned that you have a mining, or you ordered a miner that is still not delivered yet, and you plan to mine Alpium to exchange to Kaspa. I know someone's told me they mine Alpium and exchange it to Kaspa. It might be you, Andy, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. How long should we wait to hold Kaspa? That is up to you, my man. I'm not a financial advisor. You hold it as long as you like to. Me personally, I'm holding it long term. I'll be taking profits here and now, taking profits at $1, $1.50, 2, 3, 5, etc., etc. But I'm holding Kaspa long term. I'm never not gonna have a Kaspa bag. You hold it as long as you like to. I'm just gonna hold it long term because I think Kaspa is a project that's going to continue increasing in price as it's a proof of work. Alpium is somewhat popular as there's $700 small home miner that currently profitable mining Alpium. Well, there you go. Especially right now, if there being a lack of profit made with Kaspa and also with Bitcoin, maybe they started to shift to Alpium a little bit. Especially if it only costs $700 for a small home miner, so that makes sense as well, Mikey. Thank you very much for the information, my man. If prices move at all in the whole bull run, then should we hold Kaspa for the next bull run? I mean, that again is up to you. It's up to you, my man. I think that's very unlikely. I understand the question, and I'm not saying it's a bad question, but I think the likelihood of that is little to zero, because that would therefore mean that, you know, crypto, which has had a 4-year cycle for, you know, the past 4 or 5 cycles, whatever it's been, 3 or 4 or 5 cycles, is going to now not follow institutions are here. Institutions are now here. The chance of there being no cycle is very, very small. Institutions would invest into crypto, and, you know, trillions of dollars or billions of dollars right now to soon be trillions of dollars into crypto if they knew this is going to be a bad market. So our chance of there being no bull cycle is little to none. So I guess the second part of the question of should we hold the next cycle, that's your decision how long you want to hold it for. But I think there's going to be a cycle regardless. So, you know, devise your own strategies, for my man, to when you want to take out, because I can't legally tell you because I'll get, you know, done for that. And Leo there, my man, as he confirmed, the Discord is good. I've thoroughly enjoyed being in it. I've been a bit inactive recently due to other things that I've been working on, trying to build more knowledge in my own regards, but I'm still trying to be very interactive where I can on the Discord server. It's been very helpful to those like Leroy I know, who's also quite a new member in crypto, but he's been very, very helpful, and helping new members as well from his knowledge he's gained from the crypto server, the community itself. And if you want to join, feel free to join in the chat right now in the description, and also on my homepage. And also if you like the stream, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. But yeah, it's going to be the last question I answer. I think everyone also needs to prepare for the fact that institutional money can manipulate the cycle into non-existence for everything but Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, institutional money could also very much influence the cycle. So in that regard, you could see crypto not take off the way everyone wants it to. But it's like, if they want to take over the market, they have to invest trillions into it. That the only way they can really do it is if they try to push retail out. Which they're trying to push retail out. That's why we're seeing ups and downs. So why, like, all this selling mainly is done by retail. Okay, when my trading view loads, damn, okay. Yeah, all this selling is mainly done from retail. The institution will start it and retail will panic and sell with it. But the retail institution coming in here, they can definitely manipulate the cycle and manipulate the price. But I think that ultimately, with retail being the start of the market, think about it, when internet was first introduced, institutions got involved straight away. This is basically the internet but for finance, and retail was here first before institutions got involved. So we are ahead of the game. So I'm not going to try and push you out, squeeze you out. I guess just do your best to do your research, remain logical, don't be emotional, and look long term, don't look short term, and just believe in what you hold. And make sure you keep doing your research. That's very important. The research is the most important part to understand where the market's going to go. If you don't do your research and the crypto crashes because you've not done your research, then that's on you. But anyways, that is going to be it for the stream. Thank you everyone for joining. Thanks for the donations as well. Mikey, you're a legend. And again, if you enjoyed the stream, leave a like. Share your friends for more. If you want to see more, come back again tomorrow, same time as always. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Thank you very much.